Welcome back to Market Pros. All right, so here we got Bitcoin on Bybit on the 4 hour. So as you can see here, it looks like kind of forming some sort of ascending triangle or descending triangle, which would make a measured move of basically right down around this last low, which, as we were talking about, could be a double bottom, and it would actually form some sort of a Bart pattern. We're going to talk about another Bart once we get into the 1 hour. But yeah, that would look like a Bart, which is when you go up, chop around sideways, and then come down. All right, so just like we had here, it was a Bart. I'm pretty fond of these Barts, as you can tell. Um, they do play out quite a lot. So that's, I look at them quite a lot. Um, so your momentum seems to be riding the your RSI seems to be riding the bearish control zone. We did bounce off of it. Now we're going to find out whether we break above this signal line, which I do think is going to happen. Or we could break down out of the range and go back into the bearish control zone. Your MACD riding this zero line, but you did bounce down off of it, cross that signal line, but now it looks like your downside curvature is starting to let up, which I do think it is going to cross the signal line and the zero line possibly. Now your vol is going sideways. Well, your vol is low because we are going sideways. Your BBWP is just basically going sideways in the upper zone. We are being held. If we can get above this 21, I do think we come back up to this last high, but making a slightly lower high. Um, so let's go down to the 1 hour, and then I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. So as you can tell, the reason why I made this video so early is because this is time-sensitive content, and I want to get this out because I didn't get it out before this drop. But as you knew, if you watched the video yesterday, I got this spot on. So I want to get this one out before it possibly goes up back to this diagonal level of resistance. We did get out of the bearish control zone. We are approaching the neutral median line, which once again is making me think like that we go up. Along with your MACD, positive momentum is increasing, fresh cross to the upside of your signal line. Vol is very, very low. As you can see, you are printing a dark blue signal, 4 of them. So the BBWP has been very low for quite a while. Your moving averages are all bearish right now, except for the 200, but it takes longer to catch up. But your 21 looks like it's starting to crawl back around. Plus, like I said, like this signal right here would be usually something I would take, except when we're going sideways. Look, this was actually the bottom. That's why you got to be aware of these signals when we're going sideways. I do not use the multi-moving average crossover when we're going sideways. So right now we are getting rejected from the 50. So we could come back down possibly to 29,300 and then maybe chop around a little bit. But honestly, over the weekend, I think is when we're going to get our bounce, or go sideways more until maybe Sunday. I do think we're going to get the bounce, but I also think we're going to come back down to that last low and form that trap that we've been talking about. So I'm going to draw a line of what I think is going to happen. We could chop around a little bit more, possibly go up, come back down, make the trap, double bottom, cross up, come up to either 32,500 or to the 35 mark. So that's basically what I'm thinking for Bitcoin. I usually don't like drawing these lines, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. Um, so yeah, those are my thoughts for Bitcoin. If we break the bottom of this range, I think we do come back down to this low, fulfill the Bart pattern, and possibly make a double bottom, and then head up, break the top of here, and then go up to 32,500, or make our way up to 35. Oh, not 32,500, or make our way up to 35K. By the way, if you guys are liking this content so far, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, check out our links in the description below. One being Bybit, one being the Discord. We have some good conversation there about trading and investing. Definitely check us out. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, similar story, a little weaker. So yeah, we've basically broke out of the bottom of the range twice. We could probably come up for a retest, or this might be the trap. This could be the trap on Ethereum. But it looks like we could just come up here and then go sideways more. We got this POC point of control up here. This is going to be a major level of resistance. Your RSI is above the neutral median line. So I do think we're going to go higher on Ethereum too, possibly up to this last high at 2050. Your MACD barely below the zero line. Positive momentum is increasing, crossing that signal line on the MACD line. Vol's very low. Your BBWP is printing dark blue signals, just like Bitcoin. Yeah, so let's see if we break back in the range. I do think we would test the top of this at 2050. Now, what happens after that is another story. We could come back down, possibly test this purple line at 1880, or enter back into this purple zone at 1800 region. Anywhere from 1700 to 1800 is what I'd be looking at there. Basically going to follow Bitcoin. Your major moving averages all have negative slopes, but your 21 looks like it's curling back around. And if we do break this last high, 2140, I do think we come all the way up to 2350 region, which would align with Bitcoin getting up to 35K. Let's move on to Solana. All right, so Solana range, still in the range, has not broke the bottom of the range yet. I don't think it's going to break it just yet. I think we do come back up to the 100 moving average. It's actually the SMA, simple moving average. On your RSI, you did bounce off the signal line and the bearish control zone. Looks like you got out, came back down to the signal line, resumption up. I do think we're going higher. I do think we're going to at least test the neutral median line and also test the top of this last high at 53, basically 53.35 region, which, you know, we could close below the 100, possibly grind out the bottom of the range a little bit. Solana does look a little bit weaker than Bitcoin. Your MACD, fresh cross to the upside. Positive momentum is increasing on the 1 hour. Once again, your vol is very low. This move is coming, and I think it's coming over the weekend. Or we go sideways over the weekend and resume down, possibly down to this level, 4260 region, which would be which would align with Bitcoin getting back down to its bottom as well, and making a double bottom and fulfilling. See, Bitcoin had a Bart. Solana just basically is rolling. Looks like we could roll over too after another move back up to the upside. Possibly come back down to this level, 4280 region. Well, yeah, 4270 region. Then pop all the way back up to 69, which would align with Bitcoin getting to 35K. Now, if Bitcoin gets to 32,500, we could see maybe just 61. All right, so yeah, those are my thoughts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.